What's going on, everyone? Today we're diving deep into the iPhone 18 Pro Max. And trust me, what Apple has planned this time around is going to blow your mind. From design to camera, battery, processor, there's something new in every single department. So without wasting any time, let's jump right into it. Let's start with the design. Rumors suggest the iPhone 18 Pro lineup will largely retain the same design language as the iPhone 17 Pro models. That means flat edges, the raised camera plateau on the back. Everything will feel familiar and recognizable. But there is one major change coming, and that is the dynamic island is getting smaller. The Face ID flood illuminator is expected to move under the display on the iPhone 18 Pro models, which paves the way for a noticeably narrower cutout at the top of the screen. Some leaks suggest it could shrink by nearly 35% compared to the current version, which means you will get more usable screen real estate than ever before. Now let's talk about colors because Apple is shaking things up here as well. The special color for the iPhone 18 Pro models will reportedly be dark cherry, alongside light blue, dark gray, and silver. According to reports, the red shade may be more of a dark cherry tone with a tinge of purple, giving it a very premium and luxurious feel. And here is an interesting detail. The existing cosmic orange and deep blue colors are expected to be completely discontinued. According to a Chinese leaker, Apple's iPhone 18 Pro models won't even come in black this year, making it the second consecutive year that Apple has ditched this classic color option. There's also a subtle but premium design refinement worth mentioning. The iPhone 18 Pro models may not have the two-tone look that was seen in the iPhone 17 Pro models. Apple has reportedly updated the back glass to minimize the color difference between the glass and the aluminum frame, creating a more unified and seamless appearance from every angle. And if you're someone who's been waiting for a full bezel-less display with no cutouts at all, you will have to be patient a little longer. Major design overhauls like an under-display camera are reportedly being saved for a special 20th anniversary iPhone that is expected to arrive in 2027. Now let's talk about the processor, and honestly, this is the single biggest upgrade of the entire year. The A20 Pro is expected to be the first iPhone chip built on TSMC's cutting-edge 2-nanometer fabrication process. Estimates suggest roughly 15% faster performance and a 25 to 30% reduction in power consumption compared to the A19 Pro. What does that mean for you as a user? Games will run smoother, apps will load faster, multitasking will feel effortless, and your battery will last significantly longer because the chip itself is that much more efficient. The neural engine upgrade that comes with this new architecture is expected to unlock significantly more capable on-device AI processing. This matters specifically for Apple Intelligence features, which have been constrained by what previous generation chips could handle locally on the device. So Siri will become noticeably smarter. Photo editing will happen entirely on-device without needing cloud processing, and real-time translation will be faster and more accurate than ever. And there is a revolution happening in connectivity too. Apple is reportedly moving away from Qualcomm and switching to its very own C2 modem for the iPhone 18 Pro lineup. In-house modems typically integrate more tightly with the chip architecture, which can significantly reduce power draw during calls, downloads, and general data sessions. This custom modem will also bring improved mmWave 5G support and enhanced satellite connectivity for emergency situations. When it comes to the display, the sizes will remain the same: 6.3 inches on the iPhone 18 Pro and 6.9 inches on the iPhone 18 Pro Max. But the underlying technology is getting a serious upgrade. The iPhone 18 Pro and Pro Max are expected to feature brand new LTPO Plus display technology in 2026. These LTPO Plus panels should deliver higher refresh rate efficiency along with reduced power consumption, which is a win-win situation. The 120 Hz promotion refresh rate will obviously carry over from previous models, but with the new LTPO Plus panels, Peak brightness is also expected to improve significantly beyond the current 3000 nits threshold. Samsung Display and LG Display are expected to be the manufacturers behind these premium OLED panels. Apple is also actively working with Samsung Display on under-pixel camera integration for future models. But it is important to note that the full under-display camera technology will not be arriving on the iPhone 18 just yet. That feature is still a couple of years away from being consumer-ready. Now let's get to the battery, and this is honestly one of the most exciting parts of this entire video. Leaks are pointing to a 5,100 to 5,200 milliamp hour cell on US units, while Chinese units may receive a slightly smaller 5,000 milliamp hours version. That is up from the 5,088 milliamp hours found in the iPhone 17 Pro Max. Now you might be thinking that is barely a 2% increase. So what is the big deal? Well, the real magic is not in the battery size. It is in the chip. The capacity bump is modest, so most of the runtime gain rides entirely on the A20 Pro's massive efficiency improvements. Leaks expect mixed-use runtime to clear a whopping 40 hours on a single charge, surpassing Apple's stated 39 hours on the iPhone 17 Pro Max. And thanks to the in-house C2 modem, there will be additional power savings during connectivity tasks like streaming, downloading, and browsing. So overall battery life should see a very noticeable improvement in real-world usage. As for connectivity changes, Apple is expected to remove physical SIM card slots completely across all regions, shifting entirely to eSIM technology. It is definitely a bold and somewhat controversial move, but Apple's long-term plan is to make their devices fully future-proof and streamlined. Now let's talk about the camera system, and this is without a doubt the star upgrade of the entire year. The iPhone 18 Pro Max is rumored to ship with a variable aperture main camera. This is a feature that is extremely common on professional DSLR and mirrorless cameras, but it would be entirely new to any iPhone ever made. So what does variable aperture actually mean for your photos and videos? It lets the lens physically narrow or widen its opening depending on the shooting conditions. In bright daylight, a narrower aperture controls exposure precisely and keeps more of the frame in sharp focus from foreground to background. In low-light situations, a wider aperture lets in significantly more light without pushing up the ISO, which keeps noise levels dramatically lower and produces cleaner, sharper images. This is essentially DSLR level control, right in your pocket. Shallow depth of field for stunning portrait shots, deep focus for breathtaking landscapes, all manually controllable right from your phone's camera interface. Samsung is also working on a brand new 3-layer stacked image sensor, internally referred to as PDTR logic, which integrates 3 separate layers of circuitry into one sensor. This groundbreaking technology dramatically improves camera responsiveness, reduces noise in challenging lighting conditions, and significantly increases dynamic range. Sony has long been Apple's sole image sensor supplier, so Samsung's entry into this space would represent a major shift in the iPhone's camera supply chain dynamics. A 24-megapixel front camera and a wider aperture 48-megapixel telephoto lens are also part of the leak pile this year. The megapixel count is not changing on the main sensor, but the wider aperture on the telephoto means much better low-light reach and stronger background separation when you're shooting on zoom. Bloomberg's Mark Gurman has even called the iPhone 18 Pro's camera upgrades some of the biggest in the lineup's entire history. So make no mistake, Apple is absolutely dead serious about the camera department this time around. Now for the most important part, when does it launch and how much is it going to cost? In a significant shift from tradition, the more expensive iPhone 18 Pro and iPhone 18 Pro Max will launch in fall 2026 as usual, alongside the brand new foldable iPhone. However, the more affordable standard iPhone 18 and iPhone 18e models will not come out until spring 2027. This split launch cycle is a completely new experiment for Apple, releasing Pro models in September and pushing the standard models to the following spring. As for pricing, both renowned analysts Ming-Chi Kuo and Jeff Pu are pointing to a strategy where Apple keeps the entry price completely flat despite rising costs. The iPhone 18 Pro is expected to stay at $1,099 and the Pro Max at $1,199. Rising drum prices and ADVA. Instead, semiconductor manufacturing costs could certainly influence Apple's pricing strategy, but Apple is expected to absorb those additional costs internally in order to maintain its market share and competitive positioning. So this fall, we will be getting Apple's 3 most expensive iPhones all at once: the iPhone 18 Pro, the iPhone 18 Pro Max, and the iPhone Fold, which could be priced upwards of a staggering $2,000. And here is one final exciting bonus before we wrap up. The iPhone 18 Pro Max and Pro are likely to come with iOS 27 right out of the box. The new operating system is said to bring liquid glass design refinements throughout the entire interface, along with a fully context-aware Siri update that completely transforms the assistant experience. Siri may actually get a standalone app this time around. The new brain-powering Siri may be based on a custom large language model built specifically for Apple's ecosystem. This standalone app could look and function like a chat interface, allowing you to revisit and re-enter previous conversations, almost like having a personal AI assistant built right into the core of your phone that remembers everything you have discussed before. So there you have it, folks, a complete and thorough breakdown of the iPhone 18 Pro Max with all the latest updated leaks and rumors. Variable aperture camera, 2nm A20 Pro chip, C2 in-house modem, dark cherry color, and over 40 hours of battery life. Apple is bringing some absolutely serious competition to the table this year. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and tap the bell icon so you never miss a single update. Drop a comment down below and let me know, are you planning to grab the iPhone 18 Pro Max this fall? Or are you going to hold off and wait for the foldable iPhone? See you in the next one. Until then, peace out. Victory hand.